Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
It is the DigiNinja Dealer School. I'm sorry, it's the DigiNinja Sales Academy. The dealer school is actually on Thursday, but today I have an expert with me. He can train dealers just as well as he can salespeople. He is the sales king, Jeffrey Gitomer. I'm honored to have you on here. We were talking just before the live. I told my producer we got to go live. He's putting too much good information out there that these people need to hear. I am a sales expert. These people know I'm a sales expert, and here's why: because I'm not too smart to learn. And I know when I talk to somebody in just a short period of time, Jeffrey, I always ask myself this question when I'm talking to somebody or if I'm reading their book: is this guy, does he know what he's talking about, or is he full of it? Okay. And you mentioned some of the sales trainers. I won't mention their names. You can if you want to. It's been out there teaching terrible tactics for years. I mean, absolutely terrible. And that's why salespeople have such a bad reputation. You know, they'd rather go to the dentist than go buy a car. And when I talk to you, I know very, very quickly you're genuine and you do know what you're talking about. So I'm here to learn today. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much. Tell us where you are and how you got there.
Right now I'm in Wild Dunes, South Carolina. Got here by airplane from Charlotte, North Carolina, where we live. And we have a place at the beach, which is civilized. And I've lived in Charlotte for 30 years, but I grew up in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia, are we a G-rated show, an R-rated show?
We'll push the limit. Well, however you want to do it.
Okay, so I grew up in a place where language was pretty guttural, Billy. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything about attending a sporting event in Philadelphia, it is not like attending an event in Atlanta or anywhere in the world, actually. When I went to my first Carolina Panthers game, I go in the bathroom at halftime and everyone was peeing in the toilet. In Philly, they pretty much pee anywhere, sink, trash can, wherever you got to go.
Wow.
Because they're full of beer and people in Philadelphia don't care if the bathroom's full. If they got to pee, they're going to pee anyway.
I understand.
That's the environment that I grew up in.
Gotcha.
And having had a lot of experiences in Philly and in Charlotte, especially in purchasing a car business, I'm excited to talk to you about what some of my experiences have been, because there needs to be a new understanding of the way an automobile is conveyed. Right now, Tesla is being sued because they can deliver a car without a sales guy and without a building. And we own a Tesla. I don't know whether you own a Tesla or not, but it's like the coolest damn car on the planet. Like down here, we're in our condo, we have a golf cart. Well, a Tesla is just like a golf cart. It just goes faster.
Right.
And it has more bebop birds and flaps on it. You know, it's got a fireplace and Netflix if you got to, charge your car. It's like the coolest thing. It knows everything. It knows everything and what's alongside of you and what's behind you, everything. Wakes up. We had to read the manual to figure out how you lock the car because we didn't know. Turns out you just shut the door and walk away.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm a fan of Elon Musk. I don't own a Tesla. I only buy from people who buy from me. So, I buy from one of my dealers, but I do study. I study successful people. I'm currently in the middle of reading the biography about Elon again. He was quite the character. People, they see him on YouTube. He's crazy. He's wild, man. But a lot of people see him on YouTube and they think he's this mild, this guy. He was very intense and he was very driven. And that's obviously, part of a huge part of his success. Now you got into the automobile selling. When did you realize that most people, I'm confident you realize this. When did you realize most people in the car business are just not very good at it?
When I went to a car dealership early on and the salesperson came up to me drinking a cup of coffee and smelling like a cigarette. He wasn't smoking, but he had just recently smoked. And what salespeople don't realize is that customers can still smell it. And, with all the crap going on about cigarette smoking and how bad it is for you, a lot of them still smell that way.
Yeah.
And so that whole, they got to cross over the Rubicon and get to a brand new way of understanding, because the internet has given car dealers a whole new way of getting leads and creating interest to people that don't want to talk to a sales guy.
Mm-hmm.
It is flat. But the car dealership still calls it the internet department.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, seriously? No, it's the sales department.
Amen. Amen.
So let's look at it from that perspective. And the customer is now smarter than the salesperson.
Absolutely.
Because that guy has gone online, he's done all kind of research, and he walks into a dealership, and the sales guy comes over and says, "Are you looking for a new car today? Do you want to lease or buy today? Do you got a trade-in today? What's your budget today?" And the guy reaches in his pocket and says, "No, I have this piece of paper. Can you take this to your daddy and tell me if you want to sell this to me at this price or not, or stuff it, because I'm leaving." Okay, just a second. And then the guy has to say yay or nay.
Right.
The customer is smarter, and he's already researched 10 different brands, 10 different dealerships. He's come to this one guy, and the first thing that happens is the sales guy pisses him off with some stupid greeting.
Absolutely.
Like, what are you doing that for? You know, so are you looking for a new car today? No, pal, I came for my hair transplant. What do you think I'm doing? Huh?
So is it fair to say, this is my view, and again, I'm genuinely asking you these questions. I see you as an expert, and I'm not too old and too smart to learn. Is it fair to say that most dealerships' process is based upon what the sales manager wants or the general manager wants, and not based on what the customer wants, and that you can, if you turn that around and base your process on what the customer is looking for, it's going to help you get what you want, which is a sale.
Exactly correct. Now, there's another aspect of this, and that is that after the car is sold, they want the service. Service is where the money is in the car business right now, not in sales, because sales has been so bastardized and so footballed that someone's willing to drive 100 miles to save $50. I don't know where that math came from, but they're stupid enough to do that. So I'm looking at the automobile business and saying, okay, and General Motors has hired me to do service stuff for people because that's their money.
Right.
Now, the good places, I'm a Hendrick Lexus customer, Hendrick Lexus of Charlotte. I've helped train their sales team, but I go there for service. Now, the other day I had a flat tire. It cost me $56 to get my tire fixed. $56 to get my tire fixed. I'm down the street from a place called Woody's Car Repair or whatever, and they're licensed to do all these car things. I took my car there to get inspected and checked and I changed my oil. $30. $30. So there's going to be a price reckoning between the independent guy and the dealership. The same way they're suing they're suing Tesla because they don't want to have a customer have great service.
Right.
You're going to come to our place and get shitty service, pal, or we're going to sue you.
Right.
Like, seriously? Now, I will tell you in honesty, just to be fair, while the Tesla may be the best car on the planet, it is the worst delivery of a car I've ever had and the worst performance of service I've ever received.
Really?
They're bad. They don't get it yet. They'll get it, but look, they're 10 years old. What was General Motors like when they were 10 years old? What was Ford like when they were 10 years old? It's a 10-year-old company. Give them a break. Meanwhile, their car is better than all the other ones. And all of a sudden, if you've noticed, every car, for some strange reason, now comes with a battery.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. I'm going to give you, it's a 2-word answer. Elon Musk.
Yes.
That's a 2-word answer. Because there would never be a battery car. Oh, it's impossible. You can't go far enough. Oh, really? Then how come we can drive from Charlotte to the beach? Mm-hmm. Come on. So that's a big issue. But a bigger issue is The salesperson's ability to communicate with the customer in a way that the customer feels safe and okay. Because they're going to make a $20, $30, $40, $50,000 purchase. I want to be able to like and trust the guy that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be asked a bunch of questions. I don't. You're asking me questions that are none of your business. And
Absolutely.
for your audience today, go to Johnson Motors in Raleigh online and look up their commercials on the Sales Badger. I'm sure they've all seen them.
Yeah.
You know why they're funny as hell? Because they're true.
Yeah, absolutely. He's on his popcorn break. Don't bother him, right?
Popcorn break. Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, here's where you put on your makeup. I mean, they don't get the fact that the business has changed for the better. And most people can't open up an email.
So two things I want to mention real quick. First of all, the fact that most dealer training involves get them in. You know, don't worry about giving them the information. Don't give them a price. You can't sell a car over the phone. You can't sell a car through text and these type of things. That huge plague that mentality has afforded me an amazing opportunity to do it a different way. And it's really helped. But I have a bigger mission. It sounds like you do as well, to actually change that to like where we can make car buying great again, you know, where people can absolutely understand this is a wonderful thing. You know, a car is the second biggest purchase. Some of us, the biggest purchase we make. Let's make it fun and exciting and actually solve some problems. So, you know, but it's amazing to me that people, even now, COVID has helped tremendously. COVID has helped change that stinking thinking of you can't do business through text or message or things like that. But I still battle it every single day. But the salespeople who adopt this, the way you think and the way I think, they win, and they win big. Do you see salespeople winning big because there's fewer people who get it than don't get it?
There is definitely a transition among salespeople in all big ticket items. Your home, your car, any appliances that you have, places that you want to travel to, your vacation, anything big ticket can now be purchased online in a heartbeat. And the people that don't get that are they're going to roll over and die and not, you know. So I'm going to give you my transition time.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time. I'm very highly regarded in the agriculture industry. Seeds, tractors, farm equipment, you name it. 15 years ago, when I'm talking to the biggest seed company in the world, their sales guys are telling me, well, farmers don't even know what their email is. And they don't. Farmers right now in today's world are on their tractor with a laptop, with a GPS. And at the same time, they're automatically going around their field. They're FaceTiming their grandkids. And the people who got caught in that, it's not going to change, they're now a waiter at Shoney's. The sales guys that caught on to it early on are now victorious because they're making double their commission. Think about a guy coming in, you spend half an hour talking to somebody on the phone. They come in, you spend another 2 hours with them in the showroom, and maybe you sell the guy and maybe you don't. Maybe the F&I guy screws it up and maybe he doesn't. Or you can just say, I'm going to send you over a purchase order and I can't wait to deliver this car to you, Mr. Jones. I'm going to be driving it up to your house personally. You don't have to come into if you know what you want, I can get it for you. I can get it all over the country and I can have it here in 2 or 3 days and I'll drive it to your house if you'll just promise to drive me back to the dealership. Fair enough? And the people that get that are going to win, and the people that don't get that they'll join their brothers and sisters at Shoney's as a waiter. Yeah. Or Waffle House, depending upon where you like to get your greasy food.
Yeah, absolutely. So now I mentioned the fact that you're a sales expert and you're obviously giving us some good information here. Tell us about the books that you have written. What's your latest book and what's the purpose behind the books? Give us the story on your, okay.
I completed this book, literally came out a week and a half ago. It's called Go Live. It's about virtual and video and how that's taking over. Look what COVID did to a salesperson. Video and virtual used to be an option. Now it's not an option. Look at where we are right now. We're on the phone. We're over the internet conversing, having a good time. We would have never had this opportunity if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah,
literally. And you're not on Facebook. You're on StreamYard, which will allow you to go and invite everybody in your social platform to take a look at this.
yes.
Well, that's pretty darn cool. And you have your uniform on, and you got your hat on. Are you bald or do you have hair?
I got some hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, I usually will take a sock hat, so people have to guess whether I got it or not. This particular sock hat is from Brigham Young University, but I put it on here because people don't know their own why. Why are they doing this? Do you have a little giant ladder at home?
I do.
So this was given to me by Doug Wing, whose family owned a little giant ladder company.
Very cool.
It's way cool. This guy's like one of the coolest guys on the planet. Brilliant guy.
Definitely. Little success as well.
You know who has it? You know who has a little giant ladder?
Almost everyone.
Exactly. And you know the brand name of it. Most people, you wouldn't know. You know, I got a ladder at home. Let me see. I don't really know the name of it. It's a wooden one. Okay, great. Go fall off that thing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm looking at this from the perspective of the world is changing, and you have to decide if you're going to change with it or not. And the change over the last 6 months has been exacerbated by triple in terms of the speed of what's going to happen next. You think a sales guy's going to fly someplace for a sales appointment? No, dude, he's going to Zoom them. Yeah. And you get a lead over the internet. Why wouldn't you just set a Zoom with the guy and walk him around the dealership? Yeah. Well, why would you? I mean, idiots. Think of the opportunities. Think of what can happen. Think of the possibilities over the course of the next year of what new can happen in sales, and it's unlimited. And the guys that are doing it the old way, the sales guys that are doing it the old way, get them a job at your competitor that you hate the most. Yeah. Let them piss people off over there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. I've been in markets where I've been preaching these things that you're saying, and they say that's stupid. It won't work. Get off of Facebook. Meanwhile, one dealer in that market bought into our process, and now they're just absolutely crushing the competition, and they're trying to catch up now. Well, it's not too late. We still have some time with Facebook. More people are getting on board, and it's been phenomenal for us. We're in 48 states, and we've helped over 2,000 dealers. Now, wow. Here's where I'm going next, and I want to, and I feel like I know. I'm just going to ask you. So, we see so much terrible misuse of website chat, like the robots and the terrible information. Give me your name. Give me your number. What's your phone number? We can call you. If I wanted to call you, man, I would have called the dealership. So we're really focusing on getting on as many websites as we can to implement the art of text message selling, and which is very similar, by the way, to what you're saying right there. We use video, we send information, we give. We offer as many options. We definitely do a intro video to put our a face with a name, and walk around the video, walk around the car, walk around the dealership, and all these things. We teach this and we implement this, and nobody's doing that on chat. Do you have any experience with chat? Do you help chat companies? Man, I hope you do.
Yes. Chat is one of the best things on the planet because it allows you to get personal quickly, and it allows you to ask a question that goes outside of the norm. So, for example, if I was on a chat with a customer that was looking for a car, I would say, "Hey, tell me about the best car you've ever owned." Now I'm personal with this person because they're remembering back to 1959 when their dad bought them the Plymouth station wagon that they took to Florida. Yes. Or my dad had the first Grand Prix in 1962. The very first one. Wow. And so I'm looking at it from the perspective of this is an emotional process. people buy emotionally and then justify logically. They don't buy a car because they hate it. They buy a car because they love it. Love that car. What are the payments? Not what are the payments, love that car. It doesn't go that way.
Right.
At all. And so these people are home. They're looking things up on the internet. Everyone.
I bought that online.
Here.
$100,000 car.
Here's an example. This is Doug Wing, by the way.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, how are you?
Here's a car. It's a Ford something or other.
GT 500.
Yeah. And he bought it online for $100,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
No dealer, no guy, just here. Car, money, done.
Absolutely.
So don't tell me about a $38,000 car that people don't want to buy online. That's bullshit.
Absolutely.
That is total 100% unadulterated bullshit. Pardon my French.
You're fine, man. That is nothing explains it more accurately than that. I totally agree. And again, it's bittersweet for me. I hate to see the process destroyed, but it allows us such an opportunity, because if we ever get on their chat and they plug us in to do their chat, they're never turning us off. They want a Facebook event.
And that you can give testimonials on chat. You can talk to other people on chat. You can do video on chat if you want to. And so the bottom line is, what are you doing right now? And let me issue a warning to every car dealer. The younger the customer, the less they want to talk to your dumbass salesperson. Don't bother me with somebody who's going to try to tell me about a new car today. I don't want to hear that. If I had a car dealership, anyone that said the word today, I would fire them.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I like that. I absolutely like that. And it goes hand in hand with exactly. So let me tell you our process and get you to critique us, advise us. Okay. So
sure. Is this for free, or am I sending you a bill here? What's the deal?
I think maybe it'll be a mutual blessing.
Okay, well, it might be. Spoken like a Southern gentleman. Go ahead.
Okay, so we put our ads on Facebook, and we generate interest. We just put a big offer out there, something irresistible, something that somebody just wants to talk about. They want more information about, or whether they comment on that ad or whether they send us a message, because we encourage both. These people that you see walking by back here, my DigiNinjas, they are sitting at a computer, real people, not robots, and they engage with these people and they start offering more information. We don't ask for their name. Now, if it's on Facebook, we have their name probably. We don't ask for an appointment right away. We don't ask if they want to buy today. What information can we help you get? We're great information gophers. So we just we'll have a conversation that's when I do a demo with a dealer and I show them how long our conversations are, these guys will stay in there. I'm actually going to start asking them about their favorite car they ever purchased. Okay. So I've already learned a little bit right here. I'm going to start asking that. And then once we have earned their trust by giving, and they have a desire, usually they'll ask us for an appointment, but we'll ask for an appointment to solidify this thing. Would you like to do it in person? Would you like us to, create a virtual appointment for you? So, and then at that point, we just send them to the dealership. They come in. And generally, we have a code name such as make sure you ask for buyback Billy. That just helps with the dealers remembering that we're the person who sent that lead in there.
Yeah.
And it just works over and over. So how can we improve that? What do you think about the way we do business?
The friendlier you are, the less confrontational you are, the more personal you can get, the easier it's going to be for you to break down the barrier. And let me explain a why behind that.
Okay.
People have resisted going into a car dealership for years, maybe 75 years, because I don't want that pushy guy. And now with the internet, they've been afforded the luxury of kind of shopping before they shop. So if I'm your guy and I'm sending an email or I'm sending a video, you can do it either way. I would do it. My way would be video. Hi, Mr. Jones. You don't know me from a sack of potatoes. My name is Jeffrey. I need to give you a couple of facts and then share with you how I can help you. Fact number one, 74% of all people don't want to go to a car dealership, and you may be one of them. People want answers that they can rely on and believe in, and you may be one of those. And people want to get the car that they really, really want, in the color that they really, really want, with the options or the accessories that they really, really want. And you're in luck because I'm the best person on the planet to make that happen. Boom. Now, where did I get the number 74%?
Well,
I made it up, but I use 74% for everything.
okay.
74% of the people have no idea what they're doing. 74% of the people are brilliant. You have the right insurance, have the wrong insurance. Buy the right house, buy the wrong house. Statistics lie.
Gotcha.
They're made up or they're bullshit. So I've just decided I'm going to use 74% because it's easy for me to remember. I use it for every single thing. If you read my books, you'll see 74% in there all the time. I made it up.
Okay.
And it's the fun that I have with sales training. People don't care about percentages. They care about what's in it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. They care about
what's in it for them. And well, we'd like to take you in our repair department, but for insurance reasons, we can't. Hey, douchebag, that's why they call it insurance. You can take anybody anywhere. Don't lie to me. You're not that smart to lie to me and get away with it. Why are you giving me these dumb rules that you have?
Yeah. Like I don't.
You know what? We're the only dealer in this city that loves to show you our service department because it's so spiffy clean and everybody's friendly. Let's walk through and let's see how many waves we can get of hello. How about that?
Much better.
More than 10. If we get more than 10 waves, I'm gonna put a contract in front of you. You're gonna have to sign it.
Yeah.
And then everyone is, hey, how's it going? Come on. They're not having any fun. They're too damn serious about something that's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a, I guess you'll say it's a belief for sure. And it's a principle that I teach when I teach it. I've developed a lot of great salespeople that are walking around back here. And I make sure that they understand that their job is to be the anti-salesperson. It sounds like you're being the anti-salesperson when you're offering to take them through the service department. You know, you're not talking about buying a car. You're talking about
the car's going to need service. Let me show you what that's going to look like. Because that's where they're making their money. Why wouldn't you brag about it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you entice me to come back for service? Because I can guarantee you this, car dealers get together in their meetings or whatever, and they talk about how can we get more people to come into the service department? And the answer is be more friendly, be more open, be more transparent, be more of an opportunist.
The sales department and the service department for far too now when I go into a dealership to help or I have an event, whatever, the first place I go is to the BDC. And I think you kind of alluded to this earlier. People are calling it the internet department. I definitely see and I have a couple dealers that get it right, but the dealership of the future, the entire dealership is going to be the BDC. I mean, why would you have the people who talking to your customers the most through text and messenger in the back where you can't see them? You know, I mean, I really believe
that's correct.
Yeah. So, but the BDC and the sales department, they still don't get it right, but they definitely need to be like one. But the sales department and the service department should be more together. I see so many say that's a service issue, that's a sales issue. Isn't this all? Shouldn't we all have the same goals here?
Yep. Yeah. The service department, the parts department, the person that answers the phone should all be on the same page. And everyone should be completely available and friendly. I'm either on my phone or away from my desk. No, I don't ever want to have voicemail. That person on the other end of the phone wants to buy a $50,000, $100,000 car. Somebody's going to pick the damn phone up and talk to them.
Yeah.
Every single time. And if a car dealer has a phone system where you can't tell if somebody's on the phone or not, rip it out and get a new phone system because it's going to be less than $50,000. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
And that's what it costs to lose one person by putting them through to a voicemail.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. Very powerful. So in so many dealerships by design, I do not know who designed this, but you'll have I guess you'll call it a receptionist area up front in the center of the showroom. And
right.
Usually you have part of the day, you have a young person sitting there answering the phone, taking messages, but usually there's a couple of empty desks or, drawers up there. And that ends up being places where people just kind of store stuff. I don't understand the original philosophy behind that, but that doesn't fit into the proper process, does it? I mean,
nope. I want to be welcomed. And, somebody comes over to your house, Billy. You sit over there for a while. If you're hungry, I got some shitty crackers and some cheap ass sodas. Well, I don't understand.
All right.
Why would you not? This is what I told, and I'm giving this away for free, and I apologize for doing it, but it's the last one I'm doing without a bill. You put a sign out in front of a dealership at 7:00 in the morning. Best coffee in the city. Stop in for a free cup. The difference between great coffee and shitty coffee is about $1 a pound. Why would you not serve the best coffee in the city? And why would you not offer it to everybody who's standing online waiting for their car to be serviced to even the other guy's fumes?
Because it's smarter to spend $50,000 on a direct mail piece to give away a lottery ticket to get them in there.
Yeah, idiot. Okay, so, right. They're trying everything they can do, but they haven't tried service. They haven't tried friendly. They haven't tried helpful. They haven't tried being perceived as valuable. Once they try that and they realize it wins, they're going to stick to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I love what you're saying, friendly. So many people they want to be professional. And like you say, today, and I'm going to fire. I'm going to make that a policy. If any of my people use today, we're going to fire them. So, but
look, all things being equal, people want to do business with their friends.
Yes.
All things being not quite so equal, people still want to do business with their friends. I want a friendly person. I don't want a professional person.
Yeah.
You can act professionally, but you have to talk friendly.
Yeah.
Now, it gets past people. They don't understand. You don't have to prove to me that you're a professional. Just act that way. Yeah. But if you're talking to me, I want to do business with someone that I can be friends with.
Absolutely. That takes me back to the chat and the text because, when we started this thing, I had 0 customers. Now we've helped over 2,000. Well, upon the journey, we had big chat companies that were doing business with thousands of dealerships, and they, I talked to them and they would try to, hey, let us handle your chat. Like, let me see your conversation. And they would be just so terrible. I mean, awful. On a scale from 1 to 10, they would be a 0.5.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm here to help you. How can I help you today?
Yes. And I said, look, why are there no smiley faces? Why are there no emojis? Why are you not? That's not professional. We don't do that. Okay. Well, that's why we're growing and you're, falling away, man. You have to be a real person.
Yeah. If you want professional, go to a doctor's office.
Yeah.
You sign in, you wait for 45 minutes next to a snot-nosed kid. The nurse comes out and mispronounces your name in front of everybody. You go into a dark room, you take your clothes off, and the doctor comes in and probes you. And then you leave and you pay your $30 copay and you go home.
That's professional.
I'm looking for friendly.
So I love you, man. So you mentioned the word purpose earlier. You're definitely an on-purpose guy. Where does that fit into your sales training or to your salespeople or to my BDC behind me? Where does purpose fit in? I really love helping these young people. I do. I it's part of my purpose is to help these young people understand that there's a big old world out there and that they can have abundance. I really believe that.
So let me throw something at you that's realistic.
Okay.
People go, well, I'm in sales because I like people. I'm in sales because I want to help people. No, you're in sales because you want to make your mortgage payment. You're in sales because you want to pay for your kid's private school. You're in sales because you need a vacation someplace. You want to buy a new TV. If you can put your heart into helping other people, they'll perceive that. If you're just trying to make money, they'll perceive that too. Sales customers are pretty damn smart these days. Mm-hmm. So I'm there for my family. I'm there for myself. But I'm going to be the best I can for other people after I've been the best I can be for myself.
Okay.
I'm going to have the best attitude. I'm going to have the best intentions. I'm going to be the best server that I possibly can be because I've trained myself best. Don't train me how to sell. Train me how to be a better person. Train me how to be a success. I didn't come here to learn how to be a salesperson. I came here to be successful. And people don't get that. They just don't get it at all.
Yeah. So I like it. I like it. So you're there. You're there. You're there. We all work. We work for money.
Yep.
Nobody behind me, and we have 48 total employees. Nobody would come to work if I didn't pay them. They love me. They think I'm great as long as I keep paying them. So they're definitely here for the money. But while you're here, put your heart into it and be the best person you can be.
Right. But you cannot put your heart into it unless you have your heart in it at home.
Explain.
I'm a family guy. I have 4 daughters, 4 granddaughters, a wife, and 2 dogs, and they're all women. Everyone's a woman in my family.
God bless you.
All girls, all the time. Thank you. And I work for my family. But I wake up for me. I spend the first hour of the day on me. Most important person in the world. I read, I write, I prepare, and that causes me to think and create. I've been doing that every day for 25 years, and so far I got 17 books. And so the challenge for people is you don't wake up and go to work. You wake up and make yourself great. Most people shower and drink a cup of coffee, brush their teeth or whatever. That ain't me. I do all that. But before I do anything, I concentrate on me.
So few people get that. So few people. Can we reach people? Can we open the blinded eye, if you will, to people who wake up and they grab that device or they turn on that news cycle?
Some you can. Listen, some you can, some you can't. You're just going to have to pick out the ones that'll do it for themselves. And they have to realize, well, I'm doing this because I'm dedicating dedicate it to yourself. Then dedicate to somebody else. You don't need to be a martyr. You need to be a great person. You need to be attractive to other people through your value, not through your bullshit.
I'm going to have to back up and watch that again, Jamie. Make sure we get that on there. That's good. You don't need to be a martyr. You need to be a great person. You're definitely a purpose-filled person.
Like somebody says, I gave you the best years of my, like, what are you doing that for, honey? Keep a few for yourself. They're your best years. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either. And you got to get your money right, but we do it for the freedom rather than the money, don't we? How do we get our money right? Sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You can't have all this. You can't be great without sacrifice. And
you have to sacrifice a little, sure.
Sacrifice.
But you're working for freedom.
So why you're sacrificing.
I just paid off my car. I just paid off my house. Freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. So my operations manager, Paul Sullivan, we've had these kind of conversations for years now. 10 years ago, maybe 12, I said, Paul, I want to do a show. I want to help people. I want to get people to stop watching the news. I want to get people to improve themselves. And he told me way back then, he said, Billy, most people just aren't going to do it. And he was right. So it was a much longer path. But now I after 10 or 12 years, I am able to meet people like you and to open a few blinded eyes. And back when I was doing those things, I was working 70 hours for someone else. So many other people, they saw the next 10 years as just working for someone else. And I said, guys, I'm not doing this to be an employee. I'm doing this so that one day I don't have to do it. And that's so important. There's a few people watching that are gonna get what you're saying. So tell me about sacrifice and the purpose of sacrifice. And you said sacrifice a little bit. So you're looking for freedom as fast as possible. Is that right?
Well, I mean, everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants something as fast as possible. That's why Domino's got into business. Deliver in 30 minutes or it's free. Then they ran over a few people and now it's like 35 minutes or something. But whatever the deal is, they learned their lesson, but built a brand on 30 minutes or it's free. We'll save you, give me 15 minutes, I can save you 15%. Correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Okay, so the challenge that a salesperson has is determining what's most important for them. And so I'm going to, let me just brag just a little bit and then I'm done.
Please.
This is the best-selling sales book of all time. It's a little red book of selling. It sold more than 5 million copies.
Really?
The reason that it sold more than 5 million copies is that chapter 1 is kick your own ass. I'm not going to come over to your house and come on, Billy, you can get up in the morning. Come on, bud, you can do it. No, you're going to do it yourself. And all the things that are in here, all the other chapters, this is how to make sales forever. It ends with chapter 12.5, which is resign your position as general manager of the universe. Just concentrate on your own closet and keep it clean. If you do that, don't tell me how to live my life, live your own life and be an example. And stop blaming other people for all your bullshit. It's your fault and you know it.
Where can we buy that book?
You can buy this book on Amazon.com anytime you want, or you can go to Gitomer.com and we'll get you an autographed copy so that when I'm dead, you can go on eBay.
Perfect.
But I think right now the challenge for people is you have time. The question is, are you spending it or investing it? You spend it binge watching some stupid thing on Netflix, or you can invest it by reading a book or even writing a book.
Yeah. So you have to prioritize. And again, I'm struggling with this, not being able to wake some people up. Can we wake up some of them that are marginal? I mean, are there?
Sure. You wake up people. You can't be frustrated by it. Okay. You have to be encouraged by it. And you have to be inspired that you can wake people up because you're the messenger. Not everybody's going to get the message. It doesn't matter. Here's the deal. I'll be in an audience of 500 people. And I'll tell the audience, I said, listen, 25 people today are going to be transformed into the best person they possibly can be because they're inspired by the message I'm going to be delivering. But you know what? I don't know which 25, so I'm just going to do my best for everybody.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, if you're watching this, at a later date recorded, I have Jeffrey Gitomer on here today, and he is absolutely giving us some good knowledge. In this life, we have good information and we have bad information. What I've been experiencing for the last 40 minutes is good information. I'll tell you what I've learned so far. First of all, you have to have an attitude of service. And maybe first of all, I should say, you have to do this for yourself. You have to set your priorities straight. And I think it's a wonderful idea, and I do it as well, that you wake up every morning and you spend the first hour getting yourself right, preparing yourself before you start dealing with other people or being distracted by technology.
Perfect. Billy, I hate to say this, but it's actually been a pleasure talking to you.
I'm sorry I disappointed you. Hey, let's pick it up another time. Let's talk about that discussion. I think there's some let's talk about that idea that you laid out there.
Yeah, yep. Well, I'll flag you back. I'm going home from the beach on tomorrow or the next day. I'll figure out a time. We'll get on a Zoom and we'll talk a little bit because I'm hell bent to help the car industry because they need help.
Yep. And there's few travel restrictions down here in Georgia and Florida. I do have an airplane if you want me to fly up there and visit Charlotte when you're
that would be the greatest. I'll pick you up at the airport.
Sounds great. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you spending your time with us. Again, Jeffrey Gitomer, you can buy his books. He's got 17 of them. Make sure you check the guy out and buy his book.
Thank you very kindly. Really nice to talk to you, Billy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your time.
Congratulations on your success. You deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There you have it, guys. I brought you a sales expert today. You're welcome. His name's Jeffrey Gitomer. My name's Billy Merritt. We'll be back tomorrow with Winning Together with April Brown Merritt. See you guys tomorrow.